In question 2 we have an equation. Let's write it down. So question 2, we're going to use some summation here. So we have the sum from I equals to 2 until 6 of I to the power of minus 1 times x squared equals to 9 over 20 x to the power of 2 plus the sum from I equals to 1 until 5 times x to the power of absolute value of I minus 3. Alright, so how do we go about this question? We literally have to substitute the values of I into I and add them up. So let's do it. That's going to be our first step. So in the first step we would have 2 to the power of minus 1 times x squared plus 3 to the power of minus 1 times x squared plus 4 to the power of minus 1 times x squared plus 5 to the power of minus 1 times x squared plus 6 to the power of minus 1 times x squared. So it's the sum from 2 to 6, plug it into I and add everything up, equals to, we have 9 over 20 times x squared plus, and now same logic, we have x to the power of 1 minus 3 in absolute value. So x to the power of 1 minus 3 in absolute value plus x to the power of 2 minus 3 in absolute value, and we'll do that until 5, plus x to the power of 3 minus 3 in absolute value, x to the power of 4 minus 3 in absolute value, x to the power of 5 minus 3 in absolute value. So once again, we just took the I equals to 1, plugged it into here, we can see it in the absolute value, and the sum shows that we have to add these terms up, and we literally add all these terms up. Alright, let's see. What do we do next? What do we have here? X squared, x squared, x squared. That should ring a bell. It's a common factor. So let's take x squared as a common factor. What are we left with? 2 to the power minus 1, 3 to the power minus 1, 4, 5, 6. What is 2 to the power minus 1? Well, that's just the power rule of the inverse. That's 1 over 2. And then 3 to the power minus 1 is 1 over 3. 4 to the power minus 1 is 1 over 4. 5 to the power minus 1 is 1 over 5. 6 to the power minus 1 is 1 over 6 equals 2. And here we have 9 over 20 times x squared plus, what do we have here? X to the power of minus 2 in absolute value. What is minus 2 in absolute value? Well, the absolute value of any number as a result gives a positive value. So that's going to be just x squared. Then what happens in the next term? 2 minus 3 in absolute value. It's just minus 1 in absolute value, and that's 1. So it's x to the power of 1 plus x to the power of what? 3 minus 3 in absolute value, and that's 0, plus 4 minus 3 in absolute value, that's 1, so x to the power of 1, and again 5 minus 3 in absolute value, that's 2 in absolute value, and that's equal to 2. So x to the power of 2. Let's keep going. We have a, what do we have here? We have a summation of divisions, of fractions. How do we add fractions with different denominators? We want the common denominator. What's common between 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6? Well, 60. 60 is a multiple of all of them. How can we make 2 into 60? We can multiply this by 30. 3 into 60, we can multiply it by 20. 4 times 15 gives us 60. 5 times 12 gives us 60. 10 times 6 gives us 60. So we have x squared times 30 times 1 is 30. 20 times 1 is 20. 15 times 1 is 15. 12 times 1 is 12. 10 times 1 is 10. Divided by 60 equals to 9 over 20 times x to the power of 2 plus x squared plus x to the power of 1 is x plus x to the power of 0 is 1 plus x squared again. Alright, what do we do next? Well, we have here 9 over 20. And here we have a fraction. Let's actually deal with these fractions and x squared on one side. So x squared times 30 plus 20 is 50 plus 15, 65 plus 12, 77 plus 10, 87. 87 over 60 equals to 9 over 20 x squared plus x squared, one more x squared, that's 2x squared, x and x, that's 2x, and then we have just 1 plus 1. So we said let's take 9 over 20x squared on this side and see what we get. So we would have 87 over 60 times x squared, that's the first term, minus 9 over 20 times x squared equals to 2x squared plus 2x plus 1. Alright, x squared is a common factor here and here, so let's take it as a common factor, and we're left with 87 over 60 minus 9 over 20 equals to 2x squared plus 2x plus 1. What is 87 over 60 minus 9 over 20? It's a subtraction with different denominators, so let's make a common denominator of 60. 20 times 3. Well, that's just x squared times 87 minus, what is 9 times 3? That's 27 divided by 60 equals to 2x squared plus 2x plus 1. Alright, what is 87 minus 27? That's 60. X squared times 60 over 60 equals to 2x squared plus 2x plus 1. Good, it's looking better, less terms. What's 60 over 60? Well, that's just 1. 60 and 60 cancels out and we have 1. So we have x squared equals to 2x squared plus 2x plus 1. Look here, we have x squared, which means we can write it as a quadratic equation. So we would have 2x squared plus 2x plus 1. And let's take x squared to the other side with a negative sign. So minus x squared equals to 0. Alright, what is 2x squared minus x squared? That's equal to only x squared. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals to 0. Alright, how can we write x squared plus 2x plus 1? Well, that's just x plus 1 times x plus 1 equals to 0. And when can this be 0? Well, when x plus 1 is equal to 0. And if x plus 1 equals to 0, what is the result? X has to be equal to minus 1. And that's it. That's our final answer. One more thing before finishing the video. X squared plus 2x plus 1. I went straight into writing x plus 1, x plus 1. But still, for the practice of doing that thing of ours with x and x, let's see if it works out. If we write x, x, what term can we have that gives us 1 when we multiply, and when we would add, it would give us 2x? Well, if we try x, 1 and 1, 1 times 1 gives us 1, but then 1 times x plus 1 times x gives us 2x, which is the middle term, and that's what we wanted. Two terms that we multiply and get 1, add them up, we get the middle term. So that's where we come from, x plus 1 times x plus 1, and we have them over here. Hope this makes sense, and we are done.